96.7 Lights FM.
We're speaking with one of those inspirational people now, too. Our guest sitting between Helen and I is Brittany Guarini. She is a pediatric cancer survivor and a nurse at Stephen D. Hassenfeld Cancer Center. She is someone who has a unique perspective, right? You've been here 4 years.
4 years, yep. December 1st made it 4 years.
As someone who grew up facing hospitals, dealing with hospitals, right? That influenced what you decided to do.
Oh, 100%. I always knew that I wanted to be a nurse ever since I was diagnosed, and that I wanted to give back and use my story to inspire others and do this wonderful thing every day.
So tell us about your typical day at Hassenfeld.
Oh, a typical day. First of all, I'd like to say that it would not work without my other nurses, Cami, Anna, Marie, Luda, Danielle. It's truly amazing working with people like that. I give chemo, I give blood, I give platelets, I try to make their days a little bit better, but mostly it's giving these kids what they need, and what they need is to just be kids. So if that's making a huge fool out of myself, then I will go and do that, dancing around and singing, painting their nails, just so they can forget maybe a little bit that they're sick.
Mm-hmm.
So when you see a 4-year-old come in, you can identify completely because you were diagnosed with cancer at the age of 4. How did that affect you or influence you in your young life?
In my young life, I always, again, knew that I wanted to be a nurse. I have a little special place in my heart for those 4 and 5-year-olds, and I try to give them a little attention. And, they may not know what's happening, but their parents do. And I know, my parents were unbelievable in this whole process. So I try to spend a little bit more time with the parents and just give them a little bit of light in their day.
And when you're able to tell them your story, when they're aware of your story, how does that impact the parents and the kids too, who can understand that?
Yeah, I don't tell everybody my story, but most recently I did actually tell a parent who their son was diagnosed with exactly what I had, and watching that was one of the most unbelievable things. When I told her, I also had this when I was 4, I almost saw the relief come off of her shoulders in that moment. And I'm like, this is why I do what I do every day.
So why do you think someone listening should call now and donate to Hassenfeld Children's Hospital?
These kids just need so much. Being there every day, I can see, they need sometimes just lunch. They're there for 8 to 10 hours every single day. They need transportation because they can't take the subway. They can't take the bus because they're immunocompromised. So sometimes we just have to get them a ride home, which is the most simple thing. Again, they're there and they want to be kids. They want to play. They want to dance. They want to paint their nails. And if you walked into Hassenfeld, you wouldn't even realize that some of these kids are getting chemo because they're just being kids. So these are all of these things that these donations are helping with. And if people are not able to, have the means to donate the money, like go to your blood bank and donate blood and platelets, whatever you can, because it's life-saving for the kids that I take care of every day.
And what does it mean, you think, for you actually, what does it mean for strangers, for our listeners to donate today? When people are giving to strangers to help it, right? Pay it forward a little bit.
Oh, 100%. If you can, do it. Why not? These kids need any help that they can get. Some of them are very underprivileged and they're coming from lower economic families. And, sometimes if we just give them a little game to play with, that makes their whole day, and it just really brightens their world.
So you created a special group for kids and parents who have survived cancer. Why is that important to you?
This is actually one of the most important things in my life. I had never been part of a group like this until me and a couple other women that I work with, we started about a year ago, and it is just an open space for young adults and teens who were cancer survivors to just come and, we all have this one thing in common. We could talk about our fears and our thoughts, and it's some of the things that I grew up and I always thought about, I never knew that other people thought about them until I heard all of these kids. And, we're about 15 to 30 years old, and it's so open and honest and just a great support for these people who, maybe have all of these questions and want them answered by people who have also been through the experience.
And you're working on your master's degree now.
I am. Yep. I graduate in a year and a half.
That is awesome.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for sitting down and talking and for being a part of this wonderful organization.
Yes, of
I think we picked up a few more bright lights. We only have 9 left before 3:00. You still have time to call. You heard it from someone who has experienced cancer as a child, who works with children who are ill at this hospital, and what these donations mean. Please become a bright light now. 1-800-222-1067. It's only $20 a month to make a difference, just like Brittany's doing. So make sure you participate. Call us now, 800-222-1067. Hassenfeld Children's Hospital Live with 106.7 Light FM.
106.7 Light FM.